Lukhanyo Am, the Springboks outside centre, didn't come up through the traditional rugby ranks. That, however, did not stop him from achieving his goal to wear the green and gold. Soon he will come home to King Williamstown in the Eastern Cape as part of the World Cup winning team.
It may well sound very cliché to say playing for the Springboks is a dream come true for Lukhanyo, but his journey was witnessed by many who can testify that it is indeed a dream come true.
Oh, I thank you, God, for Lukhanyo. His behavior, his discipline, his respect. I didn't know that Lukhanyo. Now we'll be talking with him in flying colors, being a member, a team, a player of the Springbok. I'm very proud of him. I'm so happy, deep down my heart.
Lukhanyo didn't wait to be selected into the national team before he could wear green and gold. They were already his favourite colours as a child in primary school, inspired by the national rugby team. He played rugby and constantly begged for new rugby balls from his mom. He had an option to play soccer, but his passion for rugby was never distracted.
And he likes to play rugby. Rugby is his passion. And I asked him to change the rugby, but he refused. I said, go to soccer, go to other sport. No, ma, I like rugby.
He always knew deep down that one day, and he always had that hope that one day he will be there and play for the South Africa. Or if he watched some of the other guys, said, yo, those guys, one day I will be playing with them.
His days at DeVos Milan High School in King Williamstown were the horizon of his great career. He played for the rugby first team, and his skills then are still engraved in the minds of those who played with him.
Lukhanyo was always not a flashy player. He was very good, had a lot of skills. He started off as a lock. Before he went to centre, was under 13, and that went from there. Yeah.
Extremely proud. It kind of makes us believe that anything is possible. You can start from any sort of humble beginning or humble background and then reach the heights. This is just amazing.
King Williamstown cannot wait to welcome home the young man who has reminded them of the importance of a dream and the hard work that goes into making it a reality, no matter the challenges one can face. Ivwe Poti, SABC News, King Williamstown.
Well, at the back of that package, let's cross to Busisiwe Jemsana Mantashe, who is outside the City Hall in East London. It's the Webb Ellis Trophy that will be making its way through those streets. A very good morning to you.
A very good morning indeed. We are here outside the City Hall, East London, where East Londoners and people from across the province are waiting to welcome their heroes. Indeed, a moment for the province. History is being written as they celebrate three of their own who were able to play in the finals in Japan. But over and above that, there needs to be new players that come in, seeing that the country is now at a stage where it can say that it is moving towards that direction of making sure that even black players stand a chance in the national team, the Springboks. And right now I'm joined by Monde, Tabata, who is an administrator who is playing an oversight role at Border Bulldogs, which is very important in producing these players that we see making it out there. But without proper facilities, especially in the Eastern Cape, where people love rugby, they play it in fields where they are not of that standard. What needs to be done?
You know, we need to isolate the Eastern Cape as a major source of the players and the major source for the pipeline to produce particularly, and that is not to the exclusion of other players. but particularly the black players, black African players, as well as what one could call colored players. And the investment should go to rugby fields. The investments must go to nutrition. The investment must go into conditioning. And in fact, what you need proper academies. Probably one in the eastern side of the Eastern Cape and another one in the western side of the Eastern Cape. But really to go back, and I think the beauty of Mapimpi, as well as Mapimpi in particular, begins to debunk the idea that you have to go to a Model C or a private school to make it in the Springboks. Now, I know the village that Mapimpi comes from. These are the fellows that play rugby right up into the 2nd of January. There's no such thing as closing of the season there. And that is true for the entire Eastern Cape. Now, the important thing is that we need to get back to getting coaches that are properly trained, that are linked to schools. We need to get the schools rugby culture in the village, and I think, and the townships. The important thing, therefore, is that I think, and this is something that interests me immensely, and I think that South African Rugby Union is also wanting to look at, is to really, in a determined and a focused way, to begin to do that.
And speaking of the work that you need to do, because now the bar has been set.
Absolutely.
Now the country expects to see drastic measures, expects to see transformations, the issue of quotas, the issue of sourcing this talent. There needs to be a new structure. Is there a strategy moving forward to make sure that we fast track so that we move away from saying the first black, the first this, and we are there where we need to be?
Look, let me just say firstly, I think that this victory tour and the performance of the Boks in the World Cup, if anybody was in doubt about transformation, that has been destroyed. The doubt has been destroyed. And you're correct that what we need to do is to make sure that we do something more strategic, more determined as to how do we do and ensure that the pipeline continues to push through the product. There is no shortage, by the way. Certainly in border, there is no shortage of people of the likes of Mapimpi. If the resources were availed, we probably could produce more Mapimpis and more Lukhanyo Ams by the next World Cup.
Mr. Tabata, thank you so much for your time. Well, you heard it. If resources can be availed, then they can produce more Mapimpis, more Lukhanyo Ams right here in the rural parts of the province, in townships. Well, this is the excitement in East London. Everyone waiting to see the Boka as they make it to the province. They've been waiting in song as they wait for their heroes. Really, this is a time where you see the unity in a country, where sport really is the unifier of the people. I'll just speak to one or two of them who are here. And you were here early in the morning. What are you waiting for?
The